The marijuana of today is very different than the marijuana of 15, 20, 25 years ago, when we were growing up, for example.
Okay, so this is not your mom and dad's marijuana, you said to me.
Correct. It's very different. I mean, it's basically developed in a lab, right? I mean, they're genetically engineering recreational marijuana, that is, to get you as high as possible, obviously.
There are studies out there that are saying things like ongoing marijuana use reduces a person's white brain matter by 80%. Mm-hmm. Ongoing marijuana use by teenagers reduces their IQ. Mm-hmm. All kinds, and the new marijuana is causing people to act in violent ways. We've seen people jump off balconies and shoot their wives and just tough stuff.
It's Channel Mom with Jenny Dean Schmidt. We're here for you.
You know, the marijuana in the 1980s, you know, the stuff you were seeing in the movie Cheech and Chong and things like that, the THC concentration was about 2 to 3% was your best marijuana, maybe up to 5% tops. Mm-hmm. Whereas the marijuana today that you're going into a dispensary to buy off the shelf, traditional form, is in the 25 to 30% THC concentration, which, as you can imagine, that has a much different effect physiologically on your brain.
Yeah.
And then if you think about, I don't know if you've seen folks out there with those vape pens or dab rigs, they're actually, they're converting marijuana, and they're creating basically a THC extract called butane hash oil, which can take that THC concentration up to 90%.
If you're dabbing,
a few
or
draws
things
off a vape pen or a dab rig, you know, you're going to get 10 times that, or maybe even more, upwards of 20 times the THC concentration. And so that has a very different impact on your brain, and that's what's contributing to what you were mentioning, some of those psychotic breaks and things like that. Your brain is not used to having that level of THC within it. And so parents just don't always understand that. I didn't understand that until I took a deeper look. And so it can be very easy to get distracted or to be misled, if you will, with the notion that, hey, doctors are prescribing this, so it can't be that bad.
Right.
How is it going to impact my son or daughter? It's not that big a deal. I dabbled when I was a kid, and I seem to be okay. But at the end of the day, the medicinal marijuana is different than the recreational marijuana. Medicinal marijuana, you know, they're very, very early in the research and actually substantiating the claims that there could be positive impacts longer term for utilizing it.
So they haven't even fully established that there are positive impacts.
It's very early, but what they're focusing on is actually a totally different compound that's found within marijuana called CBD, which can help with things like epilepsy, and things like that. And obviously, when you're smoking marijuana recreationally and seeking out that high, you're actually, the compound that's allowing that to occur is called THC. And what's interesting, and a lot of people don't know, is that THC and CBD counteract each other. Right? So medicinal marijuana, if you're truly buying marijuana for medicinal purposes, generally speaking, the THC concentration is actually very, very low.
And you're not even going to get high.
You're not getting high.
Yeah.
Right? They're trying to maximize that CBD concentration.
Yeah.
Which obviously, you know, at some point in time, they're going to turn CBD into a pill. You're not going to have to smoke marijuana. There's obviously even ancillary side effects physiologically into your health just from doing that.
Yeah.
But the same is true, obviously, for recreational marijuana. They maximize the THC concentration and minimize the CBD concentration.
The stuff that actually might help us.
Correct.
Oh, interesting.